You ever wonder if it gets too cold to work up in the high mountains of Colorado and construction and excavation? Well, today you're gonna find out. We are up against the clock. Today is the last absolute day legally that the town of Alma, which is the highest town in North America, highest incorporated town in North America. It's the last day that we can put a machine digging in the ground, and we have to finish this job today because obviously we made commitments. The problem is we got to get this dump truck with me driving it and Todd with the Mini to load out a couple of loads, and we have to get it done today. And we're actually gonna even head higher in elevation than Alma to dump the dirt at a home site. So it's gonna be a very high altitude day with some pressure. We can't have any issues today because we have to get this done, or we got some splaining to do. So let's go do it. So why doesn't the town of Alma let excavators work past October 31st, which is today's date? I don't have the real answer, but I suspect because of the temperatures, if you do any kind of construction up there, at least dirt-wise, you're gonna have really bad pumping and the ground starts to melt. So I think you'd have a lot of maybe cracked foundations and issues like that, improper backfilling. So I think that's why the town of Alma just says, boom, no more. Let's see if I remember how to drive this thing. It's been quite some time. Robert, our normal truck driver, is doing something else today, couldn't make it. So we got a little bit of a jam up. So I'm getting out of the office. Oh, look at that, I got it rolling. I did do my pre-check, so don't give me crap about that. We're in a little bit of a jam, so Todd called me and said, Phil, get your butt in the truck, let's do this. So now we're rolling, let's get going. Major repairs done on the Mack truck. She's almost 300,000 miles on her, which, you know, is pretty low for a truck like this, especially a dump truck. I had to put all new injectors in this bad boy, new clutch, and then most recently a nice little clutch adjustment. I'm actually trying to take it a little easy because, you know, when it's this cold, you gotta let everything kind of warm up. Your tires, your gear oil, everything just needs a chance to get warm, get those molecules moving. So this truck's about 550 horse. It's the Mack 710 Titan. So it's a heavy haul truck that they put a dump bed on. I love it, man. This thing can haul more than the state allows it to haul. I can feel those 550 horsepower, and I haven't felt it in a long time. So today might be fun. I might break something. Let's get to Alma. Todd's waiting, dirt in bucket for us to get there. We have to get these loads out today. Let's head up and see where Todd's at on this project that has to get done today. Oh my gosh. This drops off my right side here. Todd, what have you gotten me into? Bro, these power lines are pretty dang low. Should be up here on the left. All right, we're here. We made it. We need this fill dirt at another job. Let me show you. We got fill dirt, some concrete chunks. We got a lot to fill at this other job site, which is up on the side of that mountain. And there's Mr. Todd in the house. We'll have him explain to us what we're doing here.
When this house was built, the excavator talked to the owner and said, oh, just purchase the land next to you and we'll make your driveway a circle.
Oh, so like come this
all
way.
The way through
Okay,
here.
okay.
And they said, that sounds great.
Okay.
Let's do it. And so he built the house, started putting the dirt here, and something happened. They didn't end up being able to buy the property.
Oh no.
Here. And so this homeowner is now trying to sell this property and saying that you could see the driveway was out past those trees.
Yeah.
You've got an encroachment on the property line. It's actually at that green box.
Oh my gosh, that's the property line?
Box down. Yeah.
Okay. So you've been digging this out.
I talked to the neighbor, and the neighbor was like, I want it back to its natural state. And I'm like,
what does that mean?
There's no way. The dirt's already there. Monkey's out of the bag here. So we're gonna do our best.
Okay. That machine's almost too small for this, but hey, when you gotta get it done, you gotta get it done. At least now he's able to load into the more the middle of the truck. I was a little bit too far up, so I just backed it up about 4 feet. All right, we'll finish loading this this dump truck with this teacup, and then the real fun begins. You guys come along up even higher. It's gonna be a little bit of an intense journey. And then the driveway I gotta go down into is definitely a hole. The last time the dump truck was down in there, the excavator had to push it out. I'm gonna be by myself. So it's gonna take some skilled driving. I don't know if I have what it takes, but at least you guys will be with me. We're at the top of the world, people. The absolute top of the world. I haven't backed down this driveway ever, and I sure haven't done it in a dump truck. So you guys were laughing at me the other day when I said I was looking for a porta potty in the woods. There's one right there. We're gonna back down this. See through the woods, there's the excavator. So I need to come down and wrap around here. Just keeps getting more fun. Oh, update on the trip up the hill. I stalled the truck out. I was in second gear in the low box and coming around a switchback and stalled it. The amount of power that truck has in second gear in the low box is mind-boggling. So for it to stall out is crazy. So I had to restart it and start out in low and give it some fuel. That was, yeah, I didn't like any of that. So, okay, here we go. We're gonna come around. I might have to 2-point turn this if I don't catch that corner right. Watch that rock. We got this hump, a bucket of, you seem like we're burying, and then I'll just dump that load right here. So you guys haven't seen this job site in a while, but we put in a whole septic system down here. We had to clear all this, but septic system down here. We've backfilled the house, put in, you know, drainage. Been a fun one. And we're pressed up against winter, so I know the general contractor's like, can you guys hurry up? But we need this material to backfill, so that's why we have it here. So a lot of people ask, you know, what all kind of jobs do you have going on all at one time? And I'll just tell you, in this business, you need to have a lot going on if you want to make any money, much less pay the bills. Just quickly, this job site we're on here that we just walked down, the one with my my office. We have the big lake job, that's our biggest job ever, that we're doing simultaneously. Right across the street here, we're putting in a septic system. We have the job that Todd is on today that I'm pulling dirt from. And then we have 3 or 4 other jobs lined up to get to as quick as we can. Try to knock those out before the snow gets too bad. Yeah, you gotta have stuff to do, man. So I think I'm gonna put you guys somewhere on the back of the truck so you can watch me back down this. I'm gonna get her nice and situated here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my tarp up now. Let's get that tarp up, and then the other thing I'm going to do is let the dirt out of my air, or geez, I hope there's not dirt in my airbags. I'm going to let the air out of my airbags. All right, tarp is up. Show you this button here. So now the whole truck's gonna squat down and sit basically directly on the suspension. That's gonna give me potentially better traction. If I get a little off the road, it's not gonna have as much tendency to, you know, flip me. It's better for the airbags to not be full of air when you dump. Just makes them last longer. That's what I've been told. If you guys disagree, let me know. I've dumped many times with air in the bags. It's not like they're gonna blow up, but I think it puts a lot of pressure on the rear ones. Almost couldn't get up out of that driveway when I made the turn. Frame was was torquing and I couldn't get traction. All right, let's go see how Todd's coming on that job. Only took me 3 tries to get out. So, okay, we're gonna get this one loaded and try this again. I think we may have a larger load this time. I'm gonna take that big hill, the switchbacks, much slower. Make sure I'm in the right gear. It's just really hard on the truck when it's the start stopping and you're heavy and you're on such a steep incline. You can mess a lot of stuff up. Let's get this loaded, hopefully without the same incidents, but we'll see. A lot of room in the front. Let me check with him, see if we should move around. The problem with this machine doing this is it clearly doesn't have the reach. Hey, you got the back half full. Want me to back up? Okay.
Okay, we got Phil coming down this driveway. He's pretty heavy.
Yeah, not happy. I didn't like anything about that. That truck was very full, very heavy. And I was in reverse coming down that driveway, trying to let my transmission control my speed, and I could just feel it going a little faster than the transmission, meaning I was like slipping a little bit. At least that's what it was telling me in my butt and my head, and I didn't like that. So anyway, what are we doing now, Todd? Gotta get some boulders out of here, huh? All right, let's get some boulders loaded and see if we can get this truck out of here. I think it might help if I have a little weight in the bed, so might make it a little better this time. Let's get these out of here, get these over to the other spot, and then we might need to take another load back here. So let's get these loaded real quick. All right, Todd's got to make a quick road over these piles, and then we're gonna grab some of these boulders. They're pretty big. Perspective. Put them in the truck, take them back to that other job site, and build a quick little like rock wall at the end of that driveway. The tenant there, I guess the renter in that house, called the landlord while we were working and said they didn't like the situation. They wanted something more stable at the end of the driveway, maybe to keep them from going off the edge. We'll get these loaded here. Then I got to get this truck out of here. I think it may be more helpful with the load. Better. Oh, that was so close. Smooth operator.
Well, now I've almost killed you.
Oh no, I'm fine. The gate's not closed. I was like, right at the last second, I was like, oh crap, the gate's not closed. Hold on, Todd. That's what they call operator error. Maybe you can see how steep of a hill we're on. You see the way that boulder just ran freaking straight to the back? Let's try that again. Thing of beauty. I don't know, I might erase that first time just so you don't think I'm an idiot. Yikes. It's okay. It's only a $50,000 bed. We'll get another one tomorrow. No big deal. All right, let's get you on time lapse. You can watch the rest of this, and then we gotta get this load back down that road we just came up. So now that adds a whole nother fun level for me. And then we're gonna need to dump these at that other site, but it's on an angle. So we gotta figure something else out so when I dump these, it doesn't turn into marbles rolling through a neighborhood. So I'm thinking I gotta back into kind of a dit. I don't know, we'll see what happens. Let's watch the rest of these get loaded. If you see any of these rocks that look like they're not gonna work, make sure and let Todd know. The next problem is getting the truck down this pass. It's hard enough going up. Down's gonna be fun. At least I have Todd there for moral support. And then, like I said, we gotta get these rocks over to the other site. Today's the last day to work, and when we roll these rocks out of the bed, they're gonna wanna tumble like marbles in the neighborhood. So stick with us.
We're back at this driveway. The customer had called, and the tenant is concerned about this drop here. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. If this gets icy and they slide into that, that's going to be no good. And then where we're cutting, it's probably 4.5 feet. So if they go off that, that's a problem too. So we brought some boulders. The issue concerned about is them rolling. Obviously, we're not going to dump them in the driveway, but concerned about them rolling down. So Phil is facing downhill with the truck. We're going to try to dump them on this side so that if they do roll, they're going towards that. Come back a little bit. No rolling. It's all of them.
Really? That went as well as it, that went as well as it could have. First one in. So this is a little tricky too, because we don't want these to go off and roll down the hill. There's a house down here. It would likely stop here, but then we'd lose a rock. So anyway, let's just try to guide Todd a little bit. We also don't want the ones on this side rolling off and hitting the house. See what happens. These go off. Yeah, they'll roll. If you're not familiar with Yanmar, it's pretty good stuff. You guys know we like them. Tippy toes. You wear your dancing shoes, Todd? Yeah, I'd lay that flat. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. You got about a foot, you could come back. Okay. Easy. 6 inches. Right there. And don't bump it. Little foot wedge here. Oh. Gotta go up a little bit. Good. Oh, looks like it's been there 1,000 years. I think that'll stop a small car. So he's having to get, because that rock's heavy, he's having to get it back closer to the machine so he can move. Perfect. Yeah, I can see why the tenant was uncomfortable. This is snowy and icy here, which you know it's going to be. If you have any momentum at all, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Little round rock here. You guys get the idea. We're gonna try to finish this up. We gotta get this dirt out of here. I think Todd wants me to put the camera down, so let's just assume we got this done today. We gotta get that dirt and place those rocks along here. So I think you guys saw there's like a 4-foot drop at the end of the driveway, so we wanna keep people from going off of that. Anyway, listen, excuse me, if you wouldn't mind, please like and subscribe. It really helps us out. The guys love it. I personally would really appreciate that. And if you want to, go check out our merch store. Whoa, let me show you guys this. Tippy Thomas here. He got up on his tippy toes there. We're gonna finish up here. Thanks for spending time with me today, and we'll see you guys on the next video.